Hey everybody, so I have been asked from different people on how I make my mask. So I went ahead and decided to go ahead and do a short video, and show you basically what I do from beginning to the end. If you want more information, I will post links to other YouTube channels or websites that I use. One is the Fabric Patch, and that's the YouTube videos, and they've made over hundreds of thousands of masks, so I would definitely check them out. And they have different patterns as well. The pattern that I use is from Craft Passion, and that's a website, and they have the COVID-19 face mask pattern, and then it also has instructions, and that's basically what mine is. And the pattern that I use, it fits like a dust mask, so there's more of a closure on the nose and goes all the way to the chin. So I don't do the pleated kind, and so if I can do it, anybody can do it. I'm not a master seamstress, so it's pretty easy. So I hope you enjoy. Well, all right, so let's get started. First thing you're gonna need to do is get your materials. So I just got a yard of this, and I'm just gonna show you guys how to do a basic mask. So this is the easiest one, and it doesn't take that long because it is just like a print, and you don't have to match anything up. If you get something with lines or like a bigger print, then you're gonna have to be conscious of where those lines are that are gonna fit on your mask. So whenever you get your material, you're gonna cut your pattern out. So I'm making a mask for a woman, and so this is the medium size right here. And so you're gonna do 4 layers, and I'll show you really quickly. The first 2 layers, this is gonna be the front of your mask. So if you get material that has those lines, like the direct lines or the ones that I've made with the new fabric I have, you're gonna have to spend a lot more time making sure that you get all the lines to match up. So this is the basic one, and this is the simplest one to do. So you'll get 4 of these layers. 2 will be on the front, 2 will be on the back, okay? And then the next thing is your filter. So, going back to fabric, I don't do the 100% because the 100% is really thick. It's almost like a flannel, and so if you're gonna be wearing this all day, I don't want it to be hot. So this is a cotton blend, but I feel like the filter gives so much protection that you don't need the 100%, okay, or like the 4 layers. So what I use for interfacing is an air filter, and the air filter is actually what I purchased from Lowe's. It's about $17, and it's called the 3M Filtrate 1500 allergen, bacteria, and virus filter. And this can be washed and not dried, air dried, and it doesn't have fiberglass in it. So I really like it because it gives more structure to the mask. And also when I wash it, I use a lingerie bag, so that way the mask still can hold its shape. Just don't put it in the dryer, because once you use the high heat, you'll notice that it does melt. So whenever you're making your filter, or when you're making your interfacing, what you're gonna do is you're just gonna pull this material out of the cardboard and the wire, and be really careful with the wire because it will cut you. So just like take out as much as you need, and or you can take out more and then make stacks. So since I'm gonna be making a lot of masks, I just have stacks of the size that I need, from extra large to small. So whenever you pull it out, what you're gonna do is cut the strip in the size that you need for your pattern, and then you're going to put your iron on low heat and just iron it out flat, okay? Don't iron it too much because it will melt, and it'll also get on your iron. So just FYI. The other thing that you'll need is your thread, and if it can match your material, it doesn't have to. If you're making it for yourself, use whatever materials you want. You can even use like t-shirts if you want to. I've done that. And then whatever thread you have. And then you'll need a pair of scissors for cutting your material out and the interfacing, and then you'll need elastic. So, or you can make, I've seen people where they've made ties, and you can do that as well. I happen to like the elastic a lot. That way I don't have to worry about tying everything up. Even like with my ribbon mask and the ribbon ties, I have to tie it on before, pull it down, and it's just something that I have to keep on throughout the day. So what I use is elastic. This is actually really expensive, and it's 3/8 of an inch elastic. I don't really like this. I mean, I do for the purposes of making things look nice, but it's not as stretchy, and wearing it all day, it's thicker, and if it's too tight, then you can feel it behind your ears. So I actually like using the bandage. So this is the Johnson & Johnson injury bandage, and just from this is about 6 inches long, and from this you can get 5 strips of elastic, and whenever you use this, it kind of just like starts conforming to your face, and then it feels really nice behind your ears, and it's really comfortable. So for the free mask that I do, I use this, and for the elders, I use this. For the really nice fabric mask that I have made, I use the elastic just because it looks prettier. But on my mask, I stay with this because it's so much more comfortable, and it's cheaper too. So you'll need the elastic, and then also you'll need your iron and ironing board, and then your sewing machine. Okay, so step 1, once you have your fabric cut out, you're gonna have 2 pieces for the front, 2 pieces for the back. So the first thing that you're gonna do is you're gonna turn these inside out, okay, and match them up. So this is the back side of the fabric. If you can tell the difference, this is the front, this is the back. So you're gonna basically face these together, and this is how it's gonna open up, okay? So this is gonna be the front piece of your mask. So you're gonna line that up, and then you're going to stick the filter, your interfacing, you're gonna put that on the back here, and then put the other one on, like so, match it up, and then you're going to sew it, okay? Okay, so as you can tell, this is the part that I sewed right here, okay? So whenever you get done sewing it, what you can do is just open it up to see what it looks like. And you're just gonna press that through. And there's the front. All right, so once you get this sewn, and what I did was I just used, to measure, I just used the foot or the pedal on the sewing machine just to kind of guide me with this edge right here. And it's actually just a little over of 1/4 of an inch. And then whenever you get this done, what you're gonna do is just, you're gonna make some cuts. Don't cut through the stitch that you just made, but you're just gonna space out some cuts. That way it can like form to your face better, and it's not so stiff. Just put those cuts in there, okay? So this is the front of the mask. All right, so for the back side of the mask, you're gonna use the remaining 2 pieces of fabric that you have. Also turn those inside out, and then you're gonna sew this. This doesn't have any interfacing because you already have it on. So you're basically gonna sew this part right here, and this is gonna be the back of your mask. All right, so when you have the back part of your mask done, what you're gonna do is you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna make some cuts in them. They're just gonna be a little bit closer together than the front part of your mask. And just go through and make those cuts. Okay, so now you have the front of your mask and you have the back of your mask. So what you're gonna do is you're going to turn the front of the front mask inside out. So you'll have this really nice, smooth line right here with the interfacing inside, okay? And then you're gonna leave the back part of your mask, you're gonna leave the inside, you're gonna leave that facing the inside of the front mask. So basically what it's gonna look like is you put them together. So you'll have interfacing on one side, and then you're gonna have the back of the mask on the other side, okay? And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna sew from here to there, flip it around on your machine, and then sew from here to here, okay? And then make sure you're getting this right here, making sure you get it to line up. That way it forms a point on the nose. And then make sure your seams are together at the bottom as well. So see that seam on the front mask and the seam on the back mask, make sure they're lined up, okay? And then on the bottom, you're gonna sew from here to here. And then I always leave my needle down and pick up my foot, and then go ahead and turn my material a little bit and then sew the rest of the way, okay? So you're gonna sew here and on the bottom, okay? All right, so you have basically your mask and it's inside out. So remember, this is the back side of your mask and this is the front side because it has the interfacing on there. So once you have this sewn here and then on the bottom, then what you're going to do is you're basically going to turn it inside out. So like this, and just pull it through. And once you pull it through, you're going to just basically press it out just with your hands. Just pull it, you know, where you've sewn and the interfacing, and just make those really nice clean lines for your mask. And you can feel the interfacing in there, and so you want to make sure that it's nice and stretched out. So there's your mask. So that's the front part. And you can play with this part a little bit and just move it out. And after you wash it, you're gonna have to do the same thing. You're gonna have to like just stretch it out a little bit. And then that way it'll fit on your face. So here's the front of the mask right here, and then here's the back. And the back's gonna be a little bit looser, which is fine, because you know you're gonna need to breathe. So, and it's not gonna stick to you, so it's gonna be fine. And then what I do is I'll fold this in half right here, and I'll make sure it's nice and flat. And then I'll put the iron on low heat, and I'll iron it out just to make sure that it's nice and flat, and I can add the elastic. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Okay, so I just got done ironing this out, and I just like it to iron it because it's nicer to work with. It's not all bunched up, and it's easier to put the elastic in. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna find one of your sides, and then you're just gonna do like an inside tuck on that. So you tuck it in, make sure it's nice and straight. So there's the front of the mask, and there's the back of the mask. So I always sew like in this direction. So I'm gonna put my elastic basically starting at the bottom of the mask. So I'm gonna put my elastic probably about 1/2 inch from the bottom, and then I'm gonna sew right here, okay? And what I do is whenever I start sewing, I'm gonna go over this 2 to 3 times. So I'll go forward, back, and then I'll go all the way down here. And then once I get to like the middle part of the mask, then I'll put the other part of the elastic in here, and then I'll sew the rest of it, okay? And this is the back of the mask, okay? So that way I have all my stitching. It's gonna mainly be on the back, okay? And you'll have a really nice, crisp, straight line on the front. Okay, so you basically get your elastic on there, and then you want to pull on it and make sure it's nice, it's not going to come out. And so that's what the back looks like. There's like you can see a thicker line here and here, and then this is your front, okay? And then you're just going to do the same thing for the other side. All right, so once you get done cutting the threads off, the loose threads from the front and the back, after putting the elastic on, you are done. Your mask is complete. So as you can tell, the mask itself is really sturdy, and that's because of the air filter that's in there. And it does pass all the test recommended, like if you can blow like a match out, then it's not gonna protect you, but so it passes those tests. And basically this is what it looks like. Here's the front, and here's the back, and that's it. Thanks for watching.